Hey, good morning from the office. I'm your host, VKP. We're North Georgia's only live online morning show. And we want to thank you for joining us this Tuesday morning before Thanksgiving. And we hope everybody is enjoying preparing for the holidays and the big shopping weekend and all the light up events in your local small communities of your Christmas tree and holiday parades. It's going to be a great weekend in store for all of us. Our phone number, if you want to reach us, let's go to all of our information, let you know where we're at here so we can get the show started. 706-889-9700. 706-889-9700. Also, you can always email us at chief@fetchernews.com. That's Chief. Follow us on Twitter at FetcherNews, at FYNTV. You can follow our sports department, Team FYN Sports Facebook page, also on Twitter at Team FYN Sports. A little announcement this morning before we get our day started. At 8:05, we'll have Congressman Georgia 9th Congressional District Congressman Doug Collins will be joining us at 8:05 this morning. We're going to talk about the tax reform bill. We always like to get the congressman on here to sort through what you're not hearing in the national media that is too focused on Charlie Rose, Al Franken, and Roy Moore in Alabama. We understand those are some serious things that are being discussed, but we're trying to filter through and go into tax reform. Major legislation that's been passed through the House. So we're going to have Congressman Doug Collins at 8:05. What we are going to do, we'll explain this now, is when the congressman comes on, we're just going to go to our show card. So don't think anything's happened. You're going to go to the show card. Stay tuned. It's going to take about 10 seconds to get the congressman, test the audio, and then we're going to come right back. So when I say we're going to Congressman Doug Collins, you stay with us. Don't leave. Don't go get the extra cup of coffee. Get that now. Get ready, because we're only going to take about a 10-second break to get him on the air. So that's coming up this morning. I have a question, and I want to put this out, Rose. I have a question that I said this on Facebook. I really want to know from you. It is starting to become discussed. It's not just become discussed. They've been working on it for quite some time in Pickens County, Georgia. I don't know in your state or where you're at, and they've been working on it quite some time, or they just started really working on it in Fannin County, Georgia. Now, Gilmer County passed this some years ago, and we're doing some research doing some data research for the effects. But do you feel, and I want to know from you out there, do you feel that seniors should be exempt, okay? Seniors should be exempt from the school tax, from paying school tax. Should there be a school tax exemption for seniors in your county? It's a pretty hot topic, pretty big discussion. I was up at a basketball game last night in Fannin County. Went to a basketball game. Fortunately, I got to enjoy watching the Gilmer Bobcats and the Fannin Rebels play basketball. Young men and ladies up there, 2 games last night. Enjoyed that. But while there, got to have a conversation with several administrators and others in the room on the school tax exemption for seniors. So that's the question this morning I would like to know. Also, I want to get serious with a lady called me yesterday, and said, who has never been groped? Okay. And we're not saying right, wrong. We're not getting into that. Okay. But what is the line in the sand? What is going to happen in our offices, in our workplaces? What is that line in the sand, and who has never been groped? Interesting discussion that we're going to have a little later today. Democrats are trying to figure out right now how to save Al Franken. The op-ed in the New York Times, I think pretty sure this morning, says, Roy Moore may be going into the Senate as Al Franken is leaving the Senate. Very interesting. So we're gonna talk about that a little later. But first, coming up this morning, hopefully here in the next minute will be Congressman Doug Collins. Congressman Doug Collins will be on the air here hopefully in the next minute. Sam will let us know when he is there. Okay, we have Congressman on the line. You stay put 10 seconds. You give us 10 seconds to get our audio right. Don't leave. We're going to be back just right after this with Congressman Doug Collins. All right, Sam.
On this vote, the yeas are 227, the nays are 205. The bill is passed. Without objection, a motion to reconsider is laid upon the table.
Okay, I'm joined now by Congressman, Georgia 9th District Congressman Doug Collins. Congressman, how are you this morning?
I'm doing well, Brian. Hope you are.
I'm doing great. We just played that 8-second clip that we're very proud of in our district to see our congressman up there gaveling in the passage of the tax reform bill the other day. So congratulations for getting that opportunity to stand there and do that and gavel that win in.
Well, thanks. It was a good feeling. Also, it was a good time being up there because I also had a chance to remind the minority leader, Miss Pelosi from California, that she can't talk when I don't want her to. So it was a good day all the way around.
I almost played that part too, but we thought we would just go with the yays are 227 and the nays 205. Let me ask you that right.
That was a good vote too, by the way.
Well, let me ask you that right from the beginning. The tax bill has absolutely no Democrat votes on it. 192, totally partisan line vote on the tax reform bill. And the Republicans lost 13 votes on that. So 227 to 205. What's your thought of why no Democrats came on board with this bill and why you had 13 Republicans defect?
Well, on this vote in particular, this one, I without, using the normal, which I do believe that I think it's just hard for Democrats to believe that people spend their money better than government spend their money. There's an ideological difference. Here is it. This was a political vote, and I think it was a very good vote for us. It showed that Republicans in the House, which we have done before, have come together to get the 218 votes or over 218 to pass major pieces of legislation such as health care, such as now tax reform. Now, what we have heard, Brian, is on the other flip side. If we come back after the conference committee when the Senate passes theirs and we come back and we get 218 again, there will be Democrats who will probably join in. But they just were on this time, for purely political reasons, just simply say, fine, you're going to do this on your own. If you get it later, we may join you. But right now, again, and it goes back to just this very simple reason. They believe that the tax policy should benefit the government, not the people. And that's just a fundamental difference that we have going into next year, which, election cycles and everything else.
Well, the House's version of the tax reform bill, let's stay focused on your district here. And the 9th District mirrors a lot of them in the United States, but let's stay focused on the 9th District. Speak to specifically, what does this do for your district, small business? What do you feel it'll accomplish for small business? Tax reform for your district, and some of the things that's being misrepresented in the bill that you'd like to clear up.
Well, I think here let's deal with some of one of the biggest issues, top line, and this is what the president talks about all the time. It's what we've talked about all the time. Is the fact that we have a country that is incredible with we're energy independent. We have the best energy, lowest energy costs. We have the best workers. We've always had the best innovations and ideas. We had the worst tax system. This is a chance now to put all of those together, and the growth that will come that we know is proven. It's not theoretical. It's not could it happen. It will happen. That we'll see in growth is good for everybody. But let's get very specific. 9th District. There are over 50,000 people in the 9th District of Georgia who take the child care tax credit, which is going in our bill from $1,000 to $1,600. The Senate's actually thinking about doing a little bit more. We're taking about 83,000 of our North Georgia friends and relatives who actually itemize on their tax returns, which means that they have to go typically someplace, they itemize out, they have to spend that extra money to do that, keep the receipts, all that. We've raised the standard deduction from $12,000 to $24,000, from $6,000 to $12,000 for singles. And what we're projecting, looking at the numbers based on previous returns and IRS records, that 80,000 number will drop to below, really, in the 10%. That number represents about 30% of the filers. 30 to 40%, that number will go down to 6 or 7%. So what we're doing is simplifying a tax code system, giving people a tax break, giving people money back in their pocket, and doing so in a way that will stimulate economy for small business, taking the pass-through rate for those who have LLCs, partnerships, from the 40% rate roughly to the 25% rate, protecting so that very wealthy can't use pass-throughs to shield money. We're doing things like that to make sure that our tax rate is the best in the world. And when you do that, you see growth, you see economy. And one thing that was out there the other day, they kept saying this is a tax breaks just for the wealthy. Well, 75% of the tax breaks in this bill benefit those with under $200,000 in income. So, Democrats can pander all they want, but I'm pretty sick of it at this point.
Come back to the pass-through rate, because we hear that all the time, and I think I don't know, let's see if I understand it correctly. When you say the pass-through rate, a lot of small business files in like an S corp, almost like personal tax return.
Yeah, that's a pass-through.
Right. Okay. And what will that rate go to from and to? What did you say it would go to?
It's roughly around the top right now, around 40. It goes to 25%, which is a 15%. Now, and some people have said, well, why would you treat C corporations, which are the typically bigger board of director kind of conversations, at 20% and pass through 25%? Well, there's a big difference, because there's deductions and tax status on a pass through. There's a reason. If you and I were to start a business, Brian, whatever it may be, you and I would 99%, depending on the size of what we're looking to do, would start in a pass-through environment, because there's more flexibility. You don't have to deal with the regulatory filings. There's just a lot of things that go into that help businesses grow. So what we're doing is dropping that down to 25%, and then we're going to, for farm incomes and others, to make sure that you can get most of the income at the lower 25% rate, no matter what you may get personally through income. So it's a good thing. And the best part about this is, though, from doing the business corporate tax rate and the way that we're looking at deductions, same year itemization, deductibility for capital expenditures. So like in your business or any other business, they want to go out and buy a new soundboard, they want to go out and buy something for their business, they can capital dispense that in the first year. Instead of depreciate it out over time, they can do it in the first year. Can you imagine how much more that's going to stimulate economy and capital purchases? This is what I'm really excited about, and I'm proud to work with the president on this, and proud to work with the House and the Senate to get a bill that actually works for America.
On the big on the big corporations that they talk about the tax break, is that also a reference to where we could repatriate, what we call repatriate money, and the big corporations are the ones that have these somewhat, I've heard, upwards maybe even $1 trillion that could be brought home? Is that in that window anywhere, Congressman?
Yes, it is. It's not the 20%. The repatriation is referring to the money you just talked about very well, that has been put off seas, because the way our tax system would do, it would tax it upwards of 75% of the income coming back into the U.S. On any board of directors that voted to do that, there would be a very good stockholder claim for malpractice. So what we're doing is saying bring it back in, and they're going. I have to check the rate, because we went a couple of rates on this, and I apologize this morning, my brain didn't track on it, but say like 5 or 6% is our on that rate, bringing that money back in. And that money can then be brought in for investment. It can be brought in for, for new jobs. It can be brought in for construction. It brings it back into the economy, where right now it's overseas and not being brought back in. We've also done something that the president had talked about, and we talked about in the House, and that is put in protections so that the loopholes are closed to take money offshore, to send businesses offshore. Because if you do that, there's going to be an excise tax that keeps you from making it profitable to take your business offshore. We're going to bring business back to America through this bill, and we're excited about that.
All right, let's go to actually seeing this thing get to the president's desk. The House has it out there. You have it passed. The Senate is working on their version. The Senate's version has come out of the Finance Committee, which we know that, and they're going to do it under reconciliation. The corporate tax would be permanent. The pass-through tax, the other taxes would be 2025, I think, would expire under the Byrd rule. Nobody ever really discusses that. But the point is, let's go to that other side, the Senate. Now, there's that deja vu. I think you and I had a conversation about the same time that Obamacare came out of the House and went over to the Senate.
Yep.
Do you think the Senate will pass this? I mean, what's the crystal ball on the House side with the Senate?
Yes, I do. And now, will they pass it? Is I lovingly say we put I would love to say we put the perfect bill out there and they could just pass it. Well, they've got some changes. Actually, some of the changes that they put in theirs, we like. I mean, if and it's a big if they can get rid of the individual mandate, then we can pass that in the House. But we wanted them to make sure they could pass it before we could. We didn't want to get hung up with that. There's a couple other things that we're going to work together. I do believe they can, because one of the things you're not hearing, the only senator who's came out and said, I don't like this bill is Johnson out of Wisconsin. And he's already said, well, let's work on it and maybe I can get there. Okay. No Republican has just come outright and said no. There's no Rand Paul looking for a bill. There's no Mike Lee and Ted Cruz saying I'll do this on health care. It's no Susan Collins and Murkowski, Republicans acting like Democrats wanting to get more money for their state. There's none of that right now. And what we're seeing is the understanding that if you can't come together on fundamental tax reform as a Republican, then maybe you got the wrong letter by your name.
Okay, I'm told we got a minute, so you got 2 questions. Do you think we'll see this by Christmas? Is it possible?
Yes, it
is. Second, the Democrats have found the deficit. All of a sudden, they found the deficit, and they say this will blow the – well, I'm sorry, Congressman, but they found it. It seems to be lingering out there somewhere, the deficit. This will blow the hole in the deficit. Could you tell me how this could be revenue neutral, or does it blow a hole in the deficit?
No, it does add to the deficit over a 10-year window. The thing that it doesn't take into account is any growth or any scoring. It's all based on current conditions.
Conditions.
At this point in time, this is what we're looking for this to actually cause growth and cause increase. We've seen it every time from John Kennedy through Ronald Reagan to now. It happens every time. We should see that on this one as well.
Well, then when we get the current conditions to go up and we get 4-point GDP, let's not spend it, Congressman. I'm sorry.
I agree with you on that one. I agree with you on that one.
You have a great day. Thank you for coming on and helping clarify this for us this morning.
Always good to talk to you, Brian. Have a blessed Thanksgiving to all your listeners. Take care. Bye-bye.
Okay, there's Congressman Doug Collins, 9th Congressional District. I just have to say, when we get the 4%, that's Congressman Doug Collins from Georgia, 9th Congressional District. He is the one that gavelled in. We're proud of the congressman. We're here in Georgia, and he gavelled in the vote count, and I like the way he said, Congressman Collins said he had to remind former Speaker, Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi, she couldn't talk, which was pretty good if you had a chance to watch that video. But, I just want to say, you get up to the 4% growth, and the deficit, the current tax reform bill, the deficit would raise at the current levels of where we're at, if everything stays where we're at. So we hope to get up to the 4% growth. We hope to bring back and stimulate the economy to a point to where this will be revenue neutral. But you heard the last thing I said to the congressman. Hey, let's not spend that, okay? Let's not spend that like newfound money. Let's keep the revenue where it should be. So that was Congressman Doug Collins talking about, hey, he says he thinks we're going to get it by Christmas. We'll see what the president gets in his tax reform bill. I'm a little skeptical. I'm glad he's optimistic, but I'm a little skeptical over on the Senate side. I do see a lot more negotiating, as they call it, going on. I would like to. I think Collins and Murkowski and some of these people are going to come out of the woodwork, and we might have some problems. So I still don't trust the Senate on this, folks. I like what Congressman Doug Collins said. I like that he's optimistic that the tax reform bill will get done by the end of the year. Not a pessimistic person, but I just not trusting the Senate on this one. Don't trust the Senate. I do not trust Mitch McConnell to hand Donald Trump a bill to sign. I do not. I do not trust Mitch McConnell. I feel like a Dr. Seuss writing a Dr. Seuss book right now. I do not trust Mitch McConnell anywhere, anyhow, at any time. This is my personal opinion. Don't trust Mitch McConnell to get this bill done and get it on the president's desk. I do think the House has a version ready to go here. conference over. It goes to conference. But I have to tell you, that is the most optimistic I have heard the congressman on the Senate side of Congress up there. So let's go. We're going to take a brief break. We're going to come back, get into the rest of our show so we can clip this right here. We will have this interview with Congressman Doug Collins up immediately today so you can watch it and share it with your friends. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. We'll be back right after these messages.
Ace is your helpful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
What you gonna do with all that junk?
The Tupelo Tea mission is to provide over 80 premium tea blends for tea lovers who are looking for ways to explore new flavors and blends. Come visit Tupelo Tea, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge at Sycamore Crossing. Be sure to sample our various varieties of honey and tea. Visit us on the web at tupelotea.com or call us at 706-946-TEAS. That's TEAS. Tupelo Tea, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge.
Better days ahead.
You know what time it is? Model year-end closeout time at Days Chevy in Jasper, with huge savings on every 2017 Chevy in stock, like over $6,500 off on Malibu, just $17,900, or save a payload on Silverado Double and Crew Cabs, starting from just $31,800. The discounts are big, and the time is now during the model year-end closeout. Hurry to Days Chevrolet in Jasper.
Better days ahead. Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
Be sure to check out New Blue Home and Gift, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge at Sycamore Crossing. Find us on Twitter at New Blue Home. Everything beautiful for your home or a special gift can be found at New Blue Home and Gift. Call us today at 706-455-3873 or visit us at 531 East Main Street, Suite 103 in downtown Blue Ridge.
Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart. And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart.
Kinty Artesian Silver and Gifts, the Peruvian shop, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge at Sycamore Crossing. Fine sterling silver, luxurious baby alpaca and exotic woods. A beautiful selection of exquisitely crafted gifts for all of your special occasions. Visit our website, artesiansilvergifts.com, or follow us on Twitter at Artesian Silver Gifts. Kinty Artesian Silver and Gifts, the Peruvian shop in downtown Blue Ridge.
And we're back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. I'm taking a deep breath, Sam. Deep breath, Rose. Now I can just go back to, I was having that straight face, interview style that I have to put into effect. I have to switch it up when I get the congressman on. I have to get that. It's the they call it the Charlie Rose look, you know. Oh my God, I can't do that. Charlie Rose. Anyhow, I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. You know, I have a quick question for the audience, and especially this is for Sam and Rose. Was that actually a little refreshing that at 8 o'clock this morning I didn't open up maybe yelling at you? Was it?
Yes, very.
All right.
I'll be the voice of reason for everyone.
Voice of you're everybody. Sam says, I'm speaking for all of us out there. Folks, if you'd ever like to call the show, text our show. If you have news throughout the day, let me say this, any news throughout the day, I get a lot of phone calls. You have information. You know, you can identify yourself. You don't have to identify yourself. You can call us 706-889-9700. That is the 24-hour, 7-day-a-week hotline directly to the show. Also, you can email us, chief@fetchernews.com. Follow us on Twitter at FYNTV. Follow us on Twitter at Fetcher News. Also, we would like for you to follow our sports department. That's Team FYN Sports. And Team FYN Sports at Team FYN Sports on Twitter. Join our YouTube channel, FYN TV, Fetcher News. If you'll subscribe today to our YouTube channel, anytime we're live or we post something, you'll get a notification. So you can get in touch with us. There's a couple questions I have. I want to hear a little bit, and I don't know what the question should be, and maybe the ladies could help put this question together. All right, you're in the office, okay? You got 5 or 6, 2 or 3 males working in the office. You got 5 or 6 ladies working in the office. What's the office atmosphere this week? I'm serious. What has happened to us? What has happened to us? What is your office atmosphere this week? Has it changed? I'm serious. Rose, damn it, are you paying attention? Are you sure? You just don't look. What the hell? Make an attempt. I mean, you know what? I tell everybody here, you need to learn the I look busy look. Like, you know, when the boss...
We don't have to pretend to look busy.
Yeah, but when somebody passes the office, you got to go, the I look busy. Come on. So you
do that when you walk into the room.
I know. So, Rose, you have to perfect the I'm paying attention look. Even when you're not. Just throw me off. Anyhow, I'm very... That's Rose. If you can only see the Rose I'm paying attention look.
We're going to tint this window so that we can see you, but you can't see us.
Ooh. Okay. Anyhow, I'm very serious. I'm very serious about this. I want to know, what's the office atmosphere this week? What is the office atmosphere this week? Everybody's talking about groping. Everybody's talking about male managers. I mean, I have read everything. Sales teams. I come from a background where I had about 20 salespeople at one time. I had a sales staff of about 20. It was a lunch kind of business where you took the customer to lunch. It was a play golf kind of business where you took the customer to play golf. And, you know, what is the atmosphere in your office? That's what I want to know this week. What is the atmosphere with the groping in your office? Now, also, the other thing that I asked a question on and I want to know about, because I want to discuss it today, is I want to know from you if you think, and this is on a local note, but I don't know where you're at in Georgia or your state, or how your school tax is collected and distributed, if the school system in your county has its own autonomy, is able to distribute the tax, your property tax through their administration salaries, their teacher salaries, whatever, or does it go through the county commission? I don't know in your state, but here's the point. In the state of Georgia, there has been recently several counties that are attempting and looking to put a senior tax exemption in place for school tax. Senior tax exemption, school tax exemption. Do you agree, disagree? There's the argument of it shifts the burden of the tax to another segment of the population, age group. There's a couple things there. I am looking at putting a panel together, so I want you to know this. This would be a good time to pay attention, Rose. I'm looking to put a panel together of people from administrators, maybe superintendent of schools, administrators, seniors, maybe a 7-8 person panel, and I would like to moderate a school tax, a senior school tax discussion. Not a major debate, don't want it to get ugly, but I want to put some thoughts out there, okay, on your tax money, because that's where it boils down to, your tax money. So I want to have that discussion, and we're going to see what we can do to get that worked out. Now, as we go through the morning, let's put up Charlie Rose, okay? And 8 women, do I have a picture of Charlie Rose over there? 8 women say Charlie Rose sexually harassed them with nudity, groping, and lewd calls. Could you put up Charlie Rose's picture? Didn't I send it to you? Oh, did I hear that, or did everybody hear that? No. Oh, if she wants everybody to hear it, she goes, everybody hears it. But if she wants to admit, we'll just leave it there. There's Charlie Rose. Who would have thought Charlie Rose walking around the hotel room naked? Now, there's naked and there's naked. Now, for those of you, some understand. So Charlie Rose nudity, walking around the hotel suite with no clothes on, talking on the phone, scheduling things with the producer as girls were in the room, okay? 8 women have told the Washington Post that longtime television host Charlie Rose made unwanted sexual advances towards them, including lewd phone calls, walking around naked in their presence, or groping their breast, buttocks, or genitalia areas. That damn Charlie. I would have never thought Charlie. That Charlie is that. Damn, that Charlie. Oh, excuse me. I can't help it. This is Charlie Rose. So anyhow, okay. Minka Brzezinski comes out this morning and she says, that on book tours, people grabbing her ass, and she didn't like it. It upset her. I mean, I have made a joke, and I'm really not. I mean, look, you just can't go around playing grab ass. It's over. I'm not joking, but Charlie Rose grabbing their buttocks, okay, groping their breast or genitalia. See, I have to tell you, I don't understand this. I personally don't. Maybe I just don't understand it. I mean, when you work with women, what makes you think you can touch them? I don't understand. I have to tell you the truth. I don't understand it. I mean, do people just totally lose their heads? You tell me out there. I mean, I just don't understand this kind of conduct here. But anyhow, made sexual advances towards them, including lewd phone calls. So here's what I want to do. I want to ask you. This morning. What about locker rooms? and I'm getting ready to get in so much trouble. What about locker rooms? Is that different? Women continually wanted to go in these sports locker rooms where men walk around in towels, men walk around partially undressed. I have heard of stories in these locker rooms to where women would be in there interviewing and they can name certain, when are they going to name the sports stars, okay, in these locker rooms? When are they going to do that? Where is this going to stop? Because I've heard accounts where women, sports reporters, female sports reporters inside these locker rooms can tell stories of the certain athletes sitting at their lockers making sure they were exposed, making sure they walked by, exposing themselves. When will those stories come out? Where does this stop? Where do those stories come out about locker rooms? Should we close the male locker rooms off? I mean, should we have a locker room or only certain areas that women can interview sports and athletes after competitions, that they have to be clothed? I don't know. So Charlie Rose made unwanted sexual advances towards them, including lewd phone calls, walking around naked in their presence, and groping their breasts, buttocks, or genitalia area. Now, there's a lot of discussion. Well, why didn't the ladies just report this? Okay? Why didn't the ladies just report this? Well, then you hear the argument they were always in fear of losing their job, threats of being fired. The women were employees or aspired to work for Rose at the Charlie Rose Show from the late 1990s to as recent as 2011. They range from the age of from 21 to 37 at the time of the alleged encounters. Rose, 75, whose shows air on PBS and Bloomberg TV, also co-hosts CBS This Morning, is the contributing correspondent to 60 Minutes. Well, he's been suspended. Folks, suspended? He's 75. What the hell? He's not suspended. He said, I knew one day I would have to pack and go home. I knew one day when I clicked down the briefcase, I may not be coming back. I knew that. Oh. So, take into consideration they're 21 to 37. They're not 14 years old. Take that into consideration. Also, take into consideration that this is not Al Franken or Roy Moore. Very important. I'm your host, BKP. We're going to continue this discussion when we come back. Why will the media not discuss the briefcases full of bribery money, money to bribe from Russia? Why will they not discuss that in the Uranium One deal? Why? Why do they continue to tell the lie of the 9 agencies that had to sign off, which are 9 agencies that would easily sign off on the Uranium One deal? Why do they continue to carry that lie? Why do they continue to tell that lie knowing the president is the only one that could stop the sale ultimately? They continue to lie, but it's more important to talk about Al Franken. It's more important to talk about Roy Moore. It's more important to talk about Charlie Rose than a dead Border Patrol agent and no wall on our southern border in a dangerous area and the drugs that come in this country. We got our priorities totally screwed up. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. Sam, take us to break.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair, and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Papa's Pizza to Go in downtown Blue Ridge is the best in the area all-you-can-eat buffet. Call ahead or order online now at papaspizzatogo.com. Use our convenient pickup window for the best in pizza, subs, wings, breadsticks, salads, and more. And be sure to check out our lively game room. We serve lunch and dinner, catering available, take out or dine in. Papa's Pizza to Go in Blue Ridge, proud sponsors of the Fannin County Rebels.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East LJ. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Broken Bull, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge at Sycamore Crossing, is locally owned and operated. Our Simply Noel selection is the largest around. We have a great selection of unique clothing and several lines to choose from for men and women. We carry a beautiful variety of handmade jewelry from Blessed Be and others. All kinds of gifts, starting to carry shoes this fall as well. Come visit us on your next trip to Blue Ridge. We can't wait to meet you at Broken Bull, located in downtown Blue Ridge.
Circuit World, brand name merchandise at unbelievably low prices. Furniture, appliances, and electronics. Circuit World is locally owned and operated, serving the tri-state area. Circuit World has highly trained professionals to help. Visit your hometown Circuit World today. 3 locations in Georgia: LJ, Blue Ridge, and Blairsville, Franklin, and Murphy, North Carolina. No credit checks, so let Circuit World deliver to you today.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
And we're back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live morning show. Rogelio Martinez. We're going to talk about him in just a minute. That should be the lead. That should be the lead. Not Roy Moore, not Charlie Rose, not Saving Private Al Franken. That should be the lead. Rogelio Martinez. That should be the lead story this morning. We're going to talk about that in just a minute. I'm back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. Thanksgiving, what are you doing? What are you doing Thanksgiving? What about, are you traveling? What are your family traditions? We will have all the light up events that we can possibly cover in North Georgia. So you can check that out on FetcherNews.com. We will make sure tomorrow before we leave the office that we put on our social media all of the light up events that we possibly can. We'll have them on FetcherNews.com. All the details we can. We want to work on that today and tomorrow, Rose. Get somebody on that. Get all the light up events from Pickens County, all of them. Put them out and all the way up to Hiawassee and across the mountain. So you'll know where you're at and what you can attend. Light up Blue Ridge. So we'll have all that up there. We'll share it on social media before we leave the office tomorrow. What are you doing this holiday weekend? Do you shop Good Friday? Do you shop online? Online shopping? How much of you are doing waiting for Cyber Monday? Very interesting questions out there. What you're doing this holiday weekend? Now we're going to do something a little different. I'm going to go through immediately after the show. The show is 2 years old. Okay. We're basically, this show is in our second year. And Good Morning from the Office started just like that. It started in my office in a video camera in the corner. For Thursday's show, I'm going to explain Good Morning from the Office, and we're going to do a best of for Thursday and Friday. So I'm going to set up every video, and what you're about to watch through the past 2 years, some of our best of segments we're going to play. Now, it's interesting, some of you out there, I it never crossed my mind when I started the show that there could be a day that I actually did a best of series. But there's some good shows that we've had, for the most part, all of them, but there's some good shows that we have put together here. And I think one of the ones I really want, because of the North Korea has been named the sponsor of state terrorist. President did that, just more of a formality, named them a state sponsor of terror on North Korea. But early on, when Sam started, we did a segment called 24 Years of Failed Policy in North Korea, Foreign Policy. I think we're going to put that one on there. It's a must-see. I'm going to put some of my political predictions throughout the campaign, some of our best moments when we enjoyed the campaign. And we had to stay focused here while the Billy Bush tape came out. And some people got nervous at different times. So we're going to go through and get some of our best primary and general campaign shows that we did. We're going to do that. And so look forward to that Thursday and Friday. We will have that put together on FYN TV. I think it's something you'll really enjoy. It'll be a great time to introduce. And we're going to go back. We're going to go back far enough where you can see the development in the show. All right. When I started the show, I had the desk, and I would print out. I would print out 19 different news stories. I would circle out, highlight, and I'd have them all over the desk. All right, and try to find them and stuff. It was an interesting time, the progress of the show. So we're gonna have a lot of fun with that. So what do you do Thanksgiving? Over the river and through the woods? Where are you headed? It's funny. Thanksgiving has become a big cruise time, right? A lot of people out on cruises this week. That's great. So what are you doing? Shopping Friday, Cyber Monday. What say you? Now, Al Franken. Let's put up Al Franken. Saving Private Franken. That's what I call him. Okay. Now this is a second. All right. This is a second. Another sexual, this is from the New Yorker, another sexual misconduct allegation made against Al Franken. Just when it looked like Al Franken's Senate career might survive allegations of sexual assault and a deadly photo of him groping or threatening to grope a sleeping woman. New allegations arose from a Texas woman who says she had an uncomfortable encounter with Franken while having her photo taken with him at the Minnesota State Fair in 2010. All right? As her husband held up her phone and got ready to snap a photo of the two of them, Franken pulled me in really close, like awkward close, and as my husband took the picture, he put his hand fully fledged on my rear. Why can't you keep your hands off their ass? I mean, what's wrong with you? I mean, I don't understand it. You know, I think every white male, well, we have to put the black males in this. Not black male, but we have to put African Americans, will go there. I think every male should have to go through a lie detector. Okay? Have you ever grabbed another woman's ass? I tell you what, I think it's gotten so far on the football field, you can't even pat ass on the football field no more. Oh, you can't. You can't. You can't. Can't run up to the quarterback. Hey, sweet cheeks. Can't do it. Can't do it. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. And he pulled me close like awkward close. I want to read these books that they have to be coming out with all these clips. The women that came forward. Me too. You got a quarterback running out. Me too. You know, they were patting me on a little rear, saying sweet cheeks. Full-fledged on my rear. It was wrapped tightly around my butt cheek. It wasn't around my waist. It wasn't around my hip or side. It was definitely on my butt, she said, recalling that the brazen act lasted 3 or 4 seconds. I was like, oh my God, what's happening? Oh my God, he's got his hand right on my ass. What's going on? As her husband took on my rear, he wrapped tightly around. So are you saying there was a squeeze? I want to know. I mean, it's like Bill Clinton inhaling. It is. I mean, did you smoke the marijuana or did you inhale the marijuana? I want to know if there was a squeeze. I tell you whose fault this is. This is Mr. Ziffel or whatever his name is, or whatever it was the guy in the 70s, right, that did the Please Don't Squeeze the Charmin commercials. Please don't squeeze this Charmin. Whoa. I'm sorry. You look at me all the time. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, wait a minute. He is being... No, I'm reading this. This is from the New Yorker. This is what this lady says. I mean, he swooped in. The husband's ready to take the picture. She's ready to say cheese, and she's thinking, what's that on my ass? I know. I'm sorry. Anyhow, it's the squeeze, the firm. Franken threw the 5-finger grip. Just saying. Now, the media is trying to save, I call him Private Franken, okay? Al Franken, the media is trying to save him for the Democrats. They are folks, they are assembling now the left wing, because what they want to do is they want to control everything. First of all, they want a gender-neutral world, okay? They don't want you to have a gender determined until an appropriate time of age, okay? It's almost like, there's going to be a drinking age, there's going to be a gender identification where you feel the courts say that you can decide on your own. What age is going to be? This is how crazy. You are looking at me saying, no, you're out there. No, America, we're out there. They want a gender-neutral world. They want us to figure out what is the appropriate age to allow children to determine their gender. Okay, that's what they want, number one. Now, they want this here to turn into levels of degree. They're asking what level of degree is Al Franken's act? Is it see, there's going to be the level. There's going to be the levels. It's like the terrorist threat. Okay, remember when we went red? You know, we had the color warnings. This is exactly what they're doing. You can start reading the articles now. You will see they are setting a level of degree. See, they're already saying, but Al Franken apologized. So that would be a check mark in the plus. Al Franken acknowledged, apologized, okay? Demasculated himself. Now, I'm not, no. He demasculated himself, say he's not worthy to be a man. Okay, that's in the check part. He's not worthy to, he should have never been white in the first place. And he asked God to forgive him for being white. You think I'm lying? You are totally wrong. That's a check mark. Okay, apologized, all right, check mark. Victims accepted the apology, check mark. Not underage, not 14, not molestation, check mark. Groping one. So here's the thing. I'm going to say this. I'm going to take another break. This is not a joke. I'm very serious. This is something I want you to take away. What's going to happen is, when you walk in and you tell the doctor you feel pain, and he brings out a pain chart. I swear to God, you think I'm wrong. I want you to write this down because this is going to happen. Doctor brings out a pain chart and says, you got the smiley face and it starts to frown and then you got tears in your eyes. Where's your pain level? 1 through 10. Give me your pain level. You're going to go, ladies that have been groped, have been offended and mistreated in their office, that wanted to be a producer, and Charlie Rose says, here's how you become a producer. There's going to be in the doctor's office, call it the doctor's office, there's going to be the level of groping when you come in. Now, where do you feel the level of groping is between 1 and 10? There's going to be a test. I'm telling you right now. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. Take us to break. When we come back, I want to continue this conversation just for a couple minutes because God knows I've got to do my Minka dog whistle picture of the day. We'll do that, and then after that, we want to talk about what I feel should have been the top story. And then you're probably saying, well, why don't you talk about it? But we'll do that when we come back. I'm your host, BKP. Take us to break, Sam.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Papa's Pizza to Go in downtown Blue Ridge is the best in the area all-you-can-eat buffet. Call ahead or order online now at papaspizzatogo.com. Use our convenient pickup window for the best in pizza, subs, wings, breadsticks, salads, and more. And be sure to check out our lively game room. We serve lunch and dinner, catering available, take out or dine in. Papa's Pizza to Go in Blue Ridge, proud sponsors of the Fannin County Rebels.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East Ellijay. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Broken Bowl, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge at Sycamore Crossing, is locally owned and operated. Our Simply Noel selection is the largest around. We have a great selection of unique clothing and several lines to choose from for men and women. We carry a beautiful variety of handmade jewelry from Blessed Be and others. All kinds of gifts, starting to carry shoes this fall as well. Come visit us on your next trip to Blue Ridge. We can't wait to meet you at Broken Bowl, located in downtown Blue Ridge.
Circuit World, brand name merchandise at unbelievably low prices. Furniture, appliances, and electronics. Circuit World is locally owned and operated, serving the tri-state area. Circuit World has highly trained professionals to help. Visit your hometown Circuit World today. 3 locations in Georgia: Ellijay, Blue Ridge, and Blairsville, Franklin, and Murphy, North Carolina. No credit checks, so let Circuit World deliver to you today.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
And we're back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. Beautiful, beautiful Tuesday morning here in North Georgia. We hope you're enjoying your day. Many of you are off this week, enjoying being off. Kids are out of school. Many of you have the kids out of school and you're already vacationing. But the great thing about FYNTV.com, anywhere you go on your phone, your tablet, your smart TV, wherever you're at, you can tune us in. You know, I had somebody one time, and I understand this, and we were at a festival, and I said I was giving out literature on FYNTV.com, and I'm not making fun because it is, things are changing, and somebody says, well, I don't think I get that channel. Well, FYNTV.com, which is producing more product on a daily basis, that we air on our YouTube channel and on FYNTV.com. You can pick that up anywhere. Also, we have a great archives on demand. If you go to FYNTV.com, anything that has aired on FYNTV.com is in the archives. You can go per month, look up any day. So that is there. And you can find the shows also on our YouTube channel, all the videos that we do throughout, whether it's county meetings, city meetings, or any interviews, or this show, air show clips, is on our YouTube channel. That's FYNTV, Fetch Your News, YouTube. Subscribe today. And also call us 706-889-9700, chief@fetchyournews.com. Twitter at FYNTV, Twitter at Fetch Your News, sports at Team FYN Sports. Now, okay, so Roy Moore, now I've not gotten into this, okay? Roy Moore, it's December 12th. December 12th. The thing that may have happened is this: the people that orchestrated this is an orchestrated thing, okay? Al Franken, Bill Clinton has 4 more, so you read an article, so we know Ken Starr was right. The Ken Starr investigation, we know that was correct, okay? So you get up and you read an article that says Bill Clinton, former President Bill Clinton, 4 more accusers come forward. Folks, have you ever read just Google this, have you ever read, if it's true, we're going to go if it's true, okay? Have you ever read the accounts of the apartment on the top of the Clinton Library? Sources tell me there's an apartment up there. That's Bill's bachelor pad. I don't know. They say he likes to have his toes rubbed. I don't know. I'm not joking, all right? So we know this guy's a low life, and he's been preying on young ladies for years. We know that. We know he has used his power to throw ladies around the motel room and say, check this out. All jokes aside, so we know that. Now more women are coming forward with Bill Clinton, and we're going to have to believe them. We're going to have to believe them, okay? We have the Charlie Rose. We have Al Franken. I call it Save It Private Franken, because here's the thing is the Democrats are nervous right now. They could be losing Al Franken, which Al Franken should have to pack if it was a Republican. If Al Franken was a Republican, he would be gone. And who would ask him to leave? Mitch McConnell. Mitch McConnell would have already asked in the leadership. They would have come out. The famous come out in the podium and, and there's 3 or 4 senators behind them. Mitch McConnell would have already come out with, Jeff Flake and, several behind him, and we're asking for a vote to remove Al Franken from the Senate. That's what should have happened. Mitch McConnell should be asking for it anyway, as the majority leader of the Senate should be asking. Okay, so if this was a Republican, Mitch McConnell would be asking himself for Franken to be removed immediately. Now, do you hear Chuck Schumer or any of the Democrats asking for Franken to be removed? Absolutely not. No, they're not. They're looking for not ruining a man's career. Now we shouldn't ruin a man's career. We should not just take this at picture face value. And these ladies saying that Al grabbed their ass, fondled them, groped them, took pictures while they were sleeping, okay? Now, why is the Al Franken while she's sleeping picture so horrifying? Because if right now every woman that came out and said, hey, while I was sleeping, all right, horrifying. But they're trying to save, I call him Private Al. They're trying to save him because the Democrats could lose a vote if Franken goes and Roy Moore comes in. So there's a major push. The New York Times op-ed, the media. Now, I've called this the Minka dog whistle of the day. And I have to clarify it. It's not that I'm calling her a dog. I mean, because every time Minka takes 2 or 3 days off, she comes back looking a little better. We just had to say it, right? Every time, Minka takes 3 days off and she's in the south of France, as, Joe will say, Minka comes back, just saying. Can't put my hands on it. Just can't put my hands on it. But Minka comes back. Can't put my fingers on it. Just can't figure it out. But every time it looks just a little different. But if you watch this lady that is actually running the media right now, I swear to God, I tell you what, this is a woman of power. You don't like it, I don't care, but you better pay attention to it. Okay? This is not the Huffington Post. Minka's put herself in a place, but I call it every day she makes a look, and I call it dog whistle of the day. So let's go with Minka Tuesday there. Is that Minka Tuesday? Look at that face. Look at Minka Tuesday. Now, hold on just a minute. Let me find Minka Tuesday. I want to look myself. All right. But the thing is look at the caption underneath her picture. All right. First of all, she's making her face. This is Minka's dog whistle. She heard a dog whistle. This is Minka's dog whistle picture of the day. All right. My photo would come up. My photos come up very slow. And
it says, when our allies are accused of harassment, by Michelle Goldberg.
Yeah, New York Times must-read op-eds. Look at that face. Ooh, she was just horrified. When our allies are accused of harassment, okay? And this is what I tell you this morning. They're trying to figure out an op-ed in New York. This is done at 6 o'clock this morning, and this was top story. And they're trying to figure out how to save Al Franken. And the point is Roy Moore could be going in the Senate as Al Franken's leaving. So I'm going to leave that alone for right now. And I want to leave that alone. And I want to say this. I paused just a minute ago to say it is November 21st. December 12th is the election. December 12th is the election. The MSNBC says that with President Trump just not even responding to the Roy Moore allegations, that he's sending a signal to the voters of Alabama that he's endorsing Roy Moore. That's their take. Yesterday they attacked him. We were talking about trade deficits. He's talking about trade deficits, tax reform, Christmas present for the American people, tax reform. He's talking about his trip, one thing after another, but the only thing they can talk about is Roy Moore, and he will not comment. So the media is saying, MSNBC, 6 o'clock this morning, the takedown of the nation media they're saying that, hey, President Trump is signaling to the people of Alabama he supports Roy Moore. That's what, by him not coming out and denouncing Moore, asking Moore to get out of the race. Now Kellyanne Conway's saying, hey, we want the votes in the Senate. We're going to let the people of Alabama speak. So the media is spinning that around saying, hey, we're going to let the people of Alabama, we're going to let the voters in Alabama make the decision, not the national media. We want the votes in the Senate, and the president's no comments. They're spinning into that's an endorsement of Roy Moore in Alabama. Okay? Now, considering that actually nobody else, Steve Bannon has not come out and denounced Moore and said that he's pulling his support. The unofficial support of the President of the United States, unofficial as the media calls it, his support, signaling his support, and the governor, Kay Ivey of Alabama, saying she's going to vote for Roy Moore. There's a lot of space, but on 11/21, I lead the league in going out on the limb. But on 11/21 this morning at 9:13, I'm going to take a shot, and I'm going to say Roy Moore wins. I'm going to say Roy Moore wins. I'm going to go on the record. Now, could something happen? Not that nothing hasn't happened. I don't know. They're allegations. My God. Yeah, sweet cheeks. Yeah, going around the office. Come here, sweet cheeks. Yeah. Oh, God, what the hell has happened to us? Anyhow, Roy Moore wins today, 11/21, if nothing else happens, or if there's no actual hard evidence. Maybe I shouldn't have said hard evidence, but actually if there's no evidence, okay, whatsoever. Maybe if there's no authentication of the yearbook. So could something go into the play? I was a little nervous of throwing this out, but on 11/21 this morning, I feel with the president not denouncing him, Steve Bannon hasn't come out and said, hey, Roy Moore must go. Now, the other reasons I think he possibly could win is a couple. Mitch McConnell. So it is, you can run, Republicans can run against Mitch McConnell and win. It's almost like running against Nancy Pelosi right now. Republican primaries, Nancy Pelosi is Mitch McConnell. So Mitch McConnell, I believe the people of Alabama feel Mitch McConnell has orchestrated this against Roy Moore. They feel it's orchestrated, number one. So I think the people of Alabama not being told by the president, get out. The people of Alabama being told by the governor, I'm voting for him. The people of Alabama not hearing from Steve Bannon, hey, I'm out. He needs to get out. The people of Alabama not happy with the media coming in. You talk about Alabamians, okay, the 3 editorial pages that were written are actually maybe a plus for Moore that denounce Moore and endorse Doug Jones, because those 3 top papers owned by the same company. Don't get confused. I think it's Huntsville, Birmingham, and either Tuscaloosa or somewhere, Montgomery, whatever. But everybody knows those 3 papers are Democrat papers. So you got 3 Democrat papers that endorsed Doug Jones. That may help Roy Moore. You have the media, Washington Post. The Alabamians do not like the outside New Yorkers come in. You know, it's like their salsa. Where's this salsa made? New York City. They don't like people coming from outside the media and coming in and telling them what to do. And you know, they can run against and he can sell, Roy Moore can sell that Mitch McConnell is who he's running against and who orchestrated this. 50th time, 9/16/11/21, Roy Moore wins. If something happens, I will bring that up. Now, here's the thing Roy Moore is trying to turn. He's trying to turn the conversation. Folks, Regilio Martinez, okay? So let's put his picture up. This goes together. Border Patrol Martinez. What is it, Martinez? Border Patrol Agent Martinez. A Border Patrol agent is dead in Texas, but the circumstances remain murky. Okay? So, along the shoulder of Interstate 10, where drug runners sometimes hide in the drainage culverts. So these drug runners on Interstate 10, this is a very dangerous part of Texas, South Texas, along the border. The drug runners hide in these drainage culverts. You got to get the lay of the land. U.S. Border Patrol Regilio Martinez came to a stop late Saturday and got out of his vehicle. Martinez scrambled down an embankment. This is where, okay, the brush went through the brush, splitting the darkness with his flashlight. Then, according to Border Patrol union officials, attackers struck him from behind. 36 years old, was found dead, dying moments later. Okay, apparently bludgeoned with rocks, the union official says. Folks, this man's dead. Drug runners lay in culverts, drainage culverts around 10 on the southern border. Okay? Drug runners. This man is dead. Okay? All we could talk about is Roy Moore. All we could talk about is Charlie Rose, Al Franken, Bill Clinton. The list goes on and on and on. All we could talk about is Me Too. I was touched. Let me tell you something. We're not advocating inappropriate touching, but at the same time, you know, this guy is dead. We assemble panels to talk about women in the workplace. We assemble panels to talk about, well, women that want to be managers in a man's world. Come on. I understand. All right, we can have the discussion. We talk about how somebody touched someone. This man is dead on the border. A Border Patrol agent is dead. Drug runners laying in a culvert. Now, Roy Moore, this is where this ties in. Roy Moore turned the conversation in Alabama. Now, I think he can get the word out, but this guy in the Border Patrol and the wall, and Roy Moore saying, hey, I want to go to Washington, D.C., I want to support President Donald Trump, and I want to build the wall, okay? You, America, voted. Would this man be alive? Don't know. But you voted, America, for the wall. You need to tell your representatives, your senators, you voted for it. The fact that we're 11 months in, we've not repealed Obamacare, we've not completed tax reform, and we certainly have done nothing substantial concerning immigration, okay? We should have funding for that wall. It should have been on day one, okay? I'm just telling you, folks, we got it all screwed up. If Roy Moore could turn the wall, the southern border, that man is dead this morning. Killed. Drug runners, bludgeoned to death with rocks. But we're figuring out the sensitivity of who grabbed whose ass. Oh my God, America, what the hell is wrong with us? Take us to break, Sam.
Ace is your helpful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
What you gonna do with all that junk?
The Tupelo Tea mission is to provide over 80 premium tea blends for tea lovers who are looking for ways to explore new flavors and blends. Come visit Tupelo Tea, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge at Sycamore Crossing. Be sure to sample our various varieties of honey and tea. Visit us on the web at tupelotea.com or call us at 706-946-TEAS. That's TEAS. Tupelo Tea, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge.
Better days ahead.
You know what time it is? Model year-end closeout time at Days Chevy in Jasper, with huge savings on every 2017 Chevy in stock, like over $6,500 off on Malibu, just $17,900, or save a payload on Silverado Double and Crew Cabs, starting from just $31,800. The discounts are big, and the time is now during the model year-end closeout. Hurry to Days Chevrolet in Jasper.
Better days ahead. Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
Be sure to check out New Blue Home and Gift, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge at Sycamore Crossing. Find us on Twitter at New Blue Home. Everything beautiful for your home or a special gift can be found at New Blue Home and Gift. Call us today at 706-455-3873 or visit us at 531 East Main Street, Suite 103 in downtown Blue Ridge.
Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart. And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart.
Kinty Artesian Silver and Gifts, the Peruvian shop, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge at Sycamore Crossing. Fine sterling silver, luxurious baby alpaca and exotic woods. A beautiful selection of exquisitely crafted gifts for all of your special occasions. Visit our website, artesiansilvergifts.com, or follow us on Twitter at Artesian Silver Gifts. Kinty Artesian Silver and Gifts, the Peruvian shop in downtown Blue Ridge.
And we're back. I'm your host, BKP. Sorry, I was looking something up. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only online morning show. I got to find something here. Okay, here's a segment in itself. Now, those of you that are upset, let me explain. I'm going to frame this up. This is going to clarify some things for a certain discussion. Executive orders, okay? Now, the Democrats are upset. They're happy today, but they were upset with Trump over what's called CSR. So let's start with cost-sharing reductions, okay? Now, we love the separation of powers, but we like to talk about it. And we don't like to talk about what is good for one is good for the other, okay? Republicans find the deficit when it's an opportune moment for them. Democrats find the deficit when it's an opportune moment for them. So that's where we have the deficit. But the separation of powers, Congress, and only Congress has the authority of spending, okay? That's it. So Congress could stop money. Congress could defund. Congress can take away the purse strings. Congress can spend money. Congress can make a decision to spend money. Not the Senate, not the President of the United States, the executive branch. So executive orders that supersedes the power of Congress allocating funds or decision not to allocate funds cannot be, you can't override that. So you have CSRs, cost sharing reduction, okay? And the CSRs were, the judge said the CSRs are illegal because Congress did not. There's a lawsuit right now. Congress did not allocate funds. Now stay with me on Obamacare for the CSR reduction payments, cost sharing reduction payments. So Obama in Obamacare, he did an executive order. His executive order made cost sharing reduction payments in Obamacare was illegal because it was not in, and Obama did that, cost sharing reductions. They took it to court. House of Representatives took it to court. Judge said, no, Congress is the only one who has the power to spend. They did not allocate the money. So the Democrats immediately are going to scream and scream, right? They're not going to say a judge upheld it. They're not going to say it's against the law. They do not understand the separation of powers when it comes to that. And they scream, oh my God, the cost sharing. Trump is not sending the cost sharing reduction payments to the insurance companies. It's going to kick millions off their health care. People will die. You know how it is. Republicans want people to die. But that was a judge that said that. But you don't see the Democrats yelling, hey, separation of power. Judge says that. Now, let's go to this one. All right. Sanctuary cities. Donald Trump signed. Now, I'm not saying whether I agree or disagree, but I just want to let you know, it depends on the given day who says that they're going to accept Congress is the purse strings of this country. So when Congress tells you we can't defund Planned Parenthood, garbage. When Congress says we can't defund this, garbage. When Congress says we can't fund this, garbage. That's your purse strings. The courts will tell you that's the branch. Federal judge blocks Trump's executive order on denying funding to sanctuary cities. So Donald Trump signed an order, okay, that said he would block grants that were set up to go to cities who considered themselves sanctuary cities and did not cooperate with ICE. Okay? A federal judge issued an injunction to permanently block President Trump's executive order to denying funding to cities that refuse to cooperate with federal immigration officials after finding the orders unconstitutional. Okay? Now, this is not an argument. This is something you can look up. The point I'm making is cost-sharing reduction payments. It's in court now because a judge already found it's against the law. You could not send that money. Trump is not in trouble for stopping that. Trump said, hey, Congress did not allocate the funds, so they're not sending the funds to the cost-sharing reduction if they're not supposed to be, according to Donald Trump. But then the executive order for stopping the funds, the grants, headed to cities. The ruling by District Judge William H. Orrick in San Francisco comes in the response to a lawsuit filed by the city of San Francisco in nearby Santa Clara County and follows a temporary halt on an order that the judge issued in April. Orrick, in a summary of the case Monday, found that Trump's administration efforts to move local officials to cooperate with efforts to deport undocumented immigrants violated the separation of powers doctrine as well as the 5th and 10th Amendment. The Constitution vests the spending powers in Congress, not the president, so the executive order cannot constitutionally place new conditions on federal funds. Further, the 10th Amendment requires that the conditions on federal funds be ambiguous and timely made, that they bear some relation to the funds at issue, and that they be unduly here's the thing. You cannot, they're using the same thing on the cost-sharing reduction. That the President of the United States, so what they're saying is Congress had already allocated the funds. Congress had already set the funds up in block grants to, Congress already set the funds up in block grants to be given to these cities, and that the President of the United States cannot change Congress's decision to spend and allocate funds. Okay, that's what they're saying. Watch this very close, because cost-sharing reduction payments was Obama's way of executive order of spending money from Congress that he was not allocated to spend. Now you have this saying we're going to withhold, okay? And this caused me to have to say ambiguous. But that you got to pay attention to the story here. Congress was told Congress, President Trump, they're saying President Trump can't tell when Congress has already allocated the spending. That's the separation of powers. The executive branch cannot tell them they can't get the money. So watch this case very close, okay? Sanctuary cities, I don't know, have we gone further? Can we return to anything? Not the 1950s, not the 1960s, not even the 1970s. That'd be nice. But can we return to any normalcy? Not the new normal. Any kind of normalcy. I don't know. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. North Georgia's only live online morning show. We're going to take a brief break. We're going to come back and wrap up the show, talk about our Thursday and Friday events we have going on here on the show. Sam, take us to break.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair, and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Papa's Pizza to Go in downtown Blue Ridge is the best in the area all-you-can-eat buffet. Call ahead or order online now at papaspizzatogo.com. Use our convenient pickup window for the best in pizza, subs, wings, breadsticks, salads, and more. And be sure to check out our lively game room. We serve lunch and dinner, catering available, take out or dine in. Papa's Pizza to Go in Blue Ridge, proud sponsors of the Fannin County Rebels.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East Ellijay. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Broken Bull, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge at Sycamore Crossing, is locally owned and operated. Our Simply Noel selection is the largest around. We have a great selection of unique clothing and several lines to choose from for men and women. We carry a beautiful variety of handmade jewelry from Blessed Be and others. All kinds of gifts, starting to carry shoes this fall as well. Come visit us on your next trip to Blue Ridge. We can't wait to meet you at Broken Bull, located in downtown Blue Ridge.
Circuit World, brand name merchandise at unbelievably low prices. Furniture, appliances, and electronics. Circuit World is locally owned and operated, serving the tri-state area. Circuit World has highly trained professionals to help. Visit your hometown Circuit World today. 3 locations in Georgia: Ellijay, Blue Ridge, and Blairsville, Franklin, and Murphy, North Carolina. No credit checks, so let Circuit World deliver to you today.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
Folks, I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. It's been a great morning. We appreciate you tuning in every day, Monday through Friday, 8 to 10 a.m. We apologize that we started Monday out yesterday with a couple technical errors. Didn't seem to be able to get off the ground, but great show today. We appreciate all of our viewers out there. Now, getting right into this, we have worked on this for several days. If you watch this show, if you go back and watch our segments, we have worked on this for several days. Why Charlie Rose? Why the distraction? Why keep this up top, the smoke and mirrors of Roy Moore, Charlie Rose, Al Franken, the list of Bill Clinton? Why? So you don't hear the story concerning FBI informant. Now, we've done this story. Gathered years of evidence on Russia. This comes from The Hill. It's another story. This thing is growing. This thing is growing, and it should be top of the list. Why can't our Justice Department, right, Department of Justice, bring these people in for questioning? You would have already been brought in. You would have been detained and then finding a reason to hold you. FBI from The Hill, John Solomon, and this was yesterday. FBI informant gathered years of evidence on Russia. Push for U.S. nuclear fuel deals, including Uranium One. Memos show. So I told you yesterday the lies of the 9 agencies, the Joe Scarboroughs, the Chuck Todd, the George Stephanopoulos, the Andrea Mitchell, the Martha Radis, the list goes on. Minka, Joe Scarborough said that twice, CNN, all of them out there that Oh, it had to go through 9 agencies. That's garbage, folks. They signed off. President would like this back by the end of the day. Needs it signed off. You don't really need to look at that. It's not anything that's going to make or break your day. And hate to tell the president you didn't sign off, okay? There it is on your desk. I'll be back at 3. The FBI informant gathered extensive evidence during his 6 years undercover about the Russian plot to corner the U.S. uranium market, ranging from corruption inside the U.S. nuclear transport company to Obama administration approvals. The U.S. nuclear transport company, they couldn't go straight to Russia. That's why Canada's involved, all right? Obama administration approves let Moscow buy and sell more atomic fuels, according to more than 5,000 pages of documents from the counterintelligence investigation. The memos reviewed by the Hill conflict with statements made by Justice Department officials in recent days that informant William Campbell's prior work wouldn't shed much light on the U.S. government's controversial decision in 2010 to approve Russian purchase of the Uranium One mining company and its substantial U.S. assets. Why is the Department of Justice, why did they say as early as last week, his William Campbell's prior work, 5,000 documents, pictures, video of briefcases with money, work wouldn't shed much light on U.S. government controversial decision into wouldn't shed much light. Campbell's documents of the FBI handles of the first illegal activity by Russian nuclear industry officials in fall 2009, nearly an entire year before the Russian state-owned Rosatom nuclear firm won Obama's administration for Uranium One deal, memos show. Campbell was paid $50,000 a month to consult for the firm, was solicited by Rosatom colleagues to help overcome political opposition to Uranium One purchase while collecting FBI evidence that the sale was part of a larger effort by Moscow to make the U.S. more dependent on Russian uranium. Contemporaneous emails and memos show. Folks, this should be leading the way. There's a lot of concerns, Fisk added, predicting the Canadians would exit the company with buyouts since the Russians took control. Fisk asked the premium price the Russians were paying to buy a mining firm that in 2010 controlled about 20% of the American uranium production seemed strange. Why is this covered up? Why are we covering this up for the Clintons? Why is it bigger news on CNN, MSNBC, ABC, CBS, you name it, Chuck Todd? Why is it bigger news, all jokes aside, if Bill Clinton, okay, fondled or groped girls than it is if Bill Clinton went to Russia, gave a speech, got $500,000, the Clinton Foundation got millions of dollars in donations from Russia, and the Uranium One deal was put together, okay, with 9 agencies for Barack Obama to sell it. Why? How bad is that swamp in Washington, D.C.? How bad is the Department of Justice that, you know what he said, okay? Jeff Sessions said he doesn't see what he needs there. Why does Jeff Sessions not see what he needs to follow through on this story? Folks, this is the story, okay? This is the story that has to be told. This is the story we have to get this out, okay? Russia saw its purchase of uranium-1 as part of a strategy to dominate global uranium markets, including making the United States more dependent on Moscow's nuclear fuel. Uranium-1 did export some of its U.S. uranium oil, okay? The FBI informant, Douglas Campbell, does have information to share with Congress about Rosatom's uranium-1 purchase. Folks, why are we looking at Jared Kushner today and his contacts with Russian bankers? Why? Why have we spent 11 months to try to find some collusion between Donald Trump's campaign and the Russian government, the Reds, to fix an election so that Hillary Clinton, the one that actually has been very fond of Russia and has done a lot of things to help Russia, would not be president? Why? Put the picture up of Vladimir Putin. I got put Putin and Trump. Today, Vladimir Putin and Assad, I think his name is, Syria, right? President of Syria is Assad, and Putin had a private meeting, an unexpected private meeting in Syria, okay? And today, Putin is going to call Trump to discuss the details in that private meeting with Assad and some decisions going to be made in Syria. Now, instead of the media reporting probably what is going to be happening in Syria in full detail, as that is an important subject, there's more time going to be spent today that the two of them are going to be on the telephone. That's going to be the news today, that Putin and Trump talked. And it was scheduled, watch this to see if it comes out somewhere. It was scheduled, the White House says it was scheduled for a 12-minute conversation, and they were on there for an hour and 3 minutes. What did he say in the balance of time? I'm sorry, you wait, see what happens out of this phone call. How bad is the swamp, folks? Is there anything we can do about it? Or has the ship sailed? I don't know. Take us a break. I'll come back and wrap up the show, give you some announcements about our upcoming shows and what we got going on. Take us a break, Sam.
Papa's Pizza to Go in downtown Blue Ridge is the best in the area all-you-can-eat buffet. Call ahead or order online now at papaspizzatogo.com. Use our convenient pickup window for the best in pizza, subs, wings, breadsticks, salads, and more. And be sure to check out our lively game room. We serve lunch and dinner, catering available, take out or dine in. Papa's Pizza to Go in Blue Ridge, proud sponsors of the Fannin County Rebels.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on-site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East Ellijay. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Broken Bull, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge at Sycamore Crossing, is locally owned and operated. Our Simply Noel selection is the largest around. We have a great selection of unique clothing and several lines to choose from for men and women. We carry a beautiful variety of handmade jewelry from Blessed Be and others. All kinds of gifts, starting to carry shoes this fall as well. Come visit us on your next trip to Blue Ridge. We can't wait to meet you at Broken Bull, located in downtown Blue Ridge.
Circuit World, brand name merchandise at unbelievably low prices. Furniture, appliances, and electronics. Circuit World is locally owned and operated, serving the tri-state area. Circuit World has highly trained professionals to help. Visit your hometown Circuit World today. 3 locations in Georgia: Ellijay, Blue Ridge, and Blairsville, Franklin, and Murphy, North Carolina. No credit checks. So let Circuit World deliver to you today.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
Hey, I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. As we wrap up this morning, our inner cities, we've decided, and I want to wrap up with this, we've decided we can't withhold funds from cities. The judge said you can't withhold funds from a city, block grants for sanctuary cities. Our cities are a disaster. I don't know if we get our cities back. I really don't, okay? Now, yesterday we watched the Georgia Dome implode, which everybody loves seeing the MARTA bus pull up in front of the Weather Channel camera. Weather Channel had a camera set there in Atlanta, and they were ready to go, and the MARTA bus driver pulled up about that time, thought it was a great place to see it too, and stopped, watched the implosion, and then moved. And when they moved, the Georgia Dome was gone, and the Weather Channel was very upset. That went viral yesterday. But we watched the Georgia Dome implosion yesterday, and we see if I have the number right, $1.6 billion. Am I right? $1.6 billion Mercedes-Benz Dome. And then we have the economic development in these areas. We have the new SunTrust Park and the economic development in these areas. And what we have done is we have taken certain segments of cities and we put little invisible barriers around them, and we put billions of dollars in there, and then you come and visit our city and you think, wow, this city is thriving, it's beautiful. But we tend to forget to show you 90% of the city. We'll go 80%. We tend to forget to show you 80% of the city that is in disarray, dangerous, scary, not the prettiest part of town, where there's no economic development and there's very little concern of the future of those areas. We got billion-dollar stadiums, and I don't know. Can we come back? Is the point I'm making. This was out. This story's out. Entire Baltimore neighborhood under lockdown. Police declare martial law. 5 days ago, Detective Sean Sutter, a married father of 5 and an 18-year veteran with the Baltimore police, was patrolling the streets of West Baltimore around 5 p.m. last Wednesday when he saw suspicious activity. Suitors approached a man and was shot point blank in the head in a summary execution. He was rushed to the hospital in critical condition, where he later died of his injuries. In response, Baltimore police reacted with fire and fury, turning the neighborhood where Sutter was shot into an open-air prison, shutting down city streets, shutting down city streets and enabling checkpoints for citizens, while officers in tactical gear went door to door, according to the Baltimore Brew. Residents were prohibited from entering their own neighborhood unless they showed proper identification. Rest in peace, Detective Sean Suter. I mean, just touching on these kind of stories. Can we get our cities back? Can we turn this around? I don't know. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. North Georgia's only live online morning show. Now, we'll be here tomorrow at 8 a.m. We'll be doing our 2-hour show, 8 to 10 again tomorrow at 8 a.m. On Thursday and Friday, we're going to do our best of. We're going to go through the archives this afternoon. We're going to build 2 shows for Thursday and Friday for you. We hope you will watch them. If you're new to the show, now, you've just tuned in the last 6 months. Show is 2 years old. We're going to go on the Wayback Machine, 2 years. And we're gonna bring in some segments that talk about the election early on in the primary. We're going to bring in some segments that your host, I just did not do very well. We want you to see, hopefully we want you to see that maybe the show has progressed and come along. And so we're going to be doing that. Your answer to, we are on Facebook. The question we put on Facebook, if you find our Facebook page, we have asked this morning, do you think seniors should be exempt? There should be a school tax exemption for senior citizens. Do you think so? That has been put on Facebook this morning. We have a lot of you responding to that. You can see the results. You can see everybody's name, what people wrote. But the question is, do you think there should be a school tax exemption? There's a screenshot of several answers we are starting to get. It's really heating up. So what I would like to do, I'm proposing this now, and Rose, I want to put this out there. We're proposing to put together a panel of approximately 6 to 8. Don't want to go over that. 6 to 8 that want to discuss it, from seniors, from taxpayers, senior citizens that want it, people that don't want it, administrators. Maybe we'll invite legislators up. Maybe we'll invite to speak. I know they had a town hall, but I would like to moderate a discussion, a very tight discussion on this subject across the state of Georgia. So I'm your host, BKP. Now don't forget, all the stories you heard this morning you can find on our YouTube channel, FYN TV, Fetch Your News YouTube channel. You can subscribe there. FYNTV.com has an on-demand section, so every show is on demand right there. You can get the shows on demand and watch the shows all the way back in the archives, and or anything we produce, sports show or whatever. If it's run on FYNTV.com, it's in the on-demand section, and then also we'll blast these out all on social media. We had a great opening of the show interview with Congressman Doug Collins. Congressman Doug Collins presided over the vote for the passage of the tax reform bill, 227 to 205, and Republicans were 227 and 13 nays. 13 Republicans in the House said no. No Democrats, 192 Democrats said no also, which made it 205. So 227, the magic number is 218 in the House. So pay attention to this. Here's what I'm going to leave with. The magic number is 218 in the House, right? We only got 227. When they keep talking about, I'm going to leave you with this. You know how the Senate has 52 votes. You know how the Senate, we just can't get anything done because we have those 3 or 4 grandstanding Republican senators that just grandstand and won't help us get anything done over there in the Senate. Hundreds and hundreds of bills passed out of the House, sitting in the Senate, can't come to the floor for a vote. Thank you, Mitch McConnell. But you know how that's our problem there, and we need 60 or we need 58. So 2 or 3 senators defecting in something won't hurt us. 227 is all they want. You keep hearing in the next election, take this away, you keep hearing in the next election about how many seats it will take, all right? How many seats it will take for the Democrats to take over the House of Representatives. Folks, with Mitch McConnell, it already looks like the Democrats and Chuck Schumer run the place up there. 227, 13 were a nay. So look at the number. They don't need as many as you think. Now, they might not give the gavel to Nancy Pelosi, but with the kind of Republicans that, they leave the ranch, they don't need that many to really disrupt things. Don't forget it. We'll talk more about that tomorrow. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. It's 10 a.m. We will see you tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Take us out of here, Sam.
On this vote, the yeas are 227, the nays are 205. The bill is passed. Without objection, a motion to reconsider is laid upon the table.